Hey everyone. This is actually my third try today to go live. It's been a comedy of errors. First time trying to do this live stream thing. And at first, the first live stream was terrible because it was my first one. I forgot things as I was talking. Um, it was bad, but I was going to leave it up. I wasn't going to delete it, but there was a technical issue in, as you'll see, and I think I solved this one. I screen shared something, and every time I did a screen share, the audio would go out. And then there was one time for like literally 8 minutes, I shared my screen, forgot to unshare it. So there, out of a 15-minute video, 8 minutes was dead silent. So, given that, I decided to delete it and do another one. And then the moment I started doing another one, the dog started barking and all, life kind of happened. And I was like, okay, third time is a charm. So anyway, I know that no one was watching, which is good because then there's not that nervous part of me knowing that there's one, two, three or more people watching. But I know that they will be watching in the future, hopefully, fingers crossed, because today I want to talk about something that happened to me back on April 18th. And I wanted to do a live stream on this. I think it was 2 weeks ago when it was closer to happening, but I actually, to be completely honest and blunt, I chickened out. Because my livelihood is being a spokesperson on Fiverr and off Fiverr and being on camera. But for some reason, the whole live streaming bit of it kind of terrified me. So here I am, and we'll get through this. Third time, like I said, third time today. Third time is a charm. So I keep looking at the little, there's a person indicator to show you if there's anyone here. So far, no one is. But anyway, let's jump right into it. So back on April 18th, I got an account violation. Okay, so I somehow broke Fiverr's rules, and they decided to hit me with an account violation. And let me show you exactly what I got. Now, I'm going to screen share this, but I think it should be okay because I'm not sharing the whole screen, but I'm just kind of putting it off to the side. So here we go. All right. I woke up on the morning of April 18th, and when I went to log into Fiverr, I got this message. So Fiverr was gone except for this message, and it had a little OK button. This screenshot is from the email I also received. So here it is. It says, "There's an issue with your Fiverr account." And I remember, this is the first thing I saw when I logged into Fiverr was this. "Hi, website video." That's my screen name on Fiverr. "Your account has been flagged for using the delivery button to send incomplete, partial, or empty delivery. To provide a pleasant buyer-seller experience, please deliver the requested work within the agreed upon time frame. Abusing the delivery button is a violation of our terms of service and harms the integrity of our marketplace. We recommend that you change or extend your delivery time within the order if you are unable to meet the deadline." Then it goes on, and then it says, "This is your first warning. If you repeat this violation or continue to violate Fiverr's terms of service, your account will be restricted." So then I had an OK button or something like that, and I clicked OK, and then it just came back. Fiverr came back. So I've been on Fiverr since 2012, and I think I got something like this in like 2016, 2017, because I did violate this abuse of the delivery button. In fact, I did it quite a bit, which I shouldn't have done. I've learned my lesson since then. But basically what I did was, if back in like 2015, 2016 timeframe, if I was going to be late on a delivery, I would fake deliver. So I would upload a picture, like a graphic that says "thank you," and then I would deliver that and tell the buyer that I'm running a little late. I wanted to deliver it before the deadline, but I promise I'll have it to you tomorrow or in a few hours. I did that probably like 10 times or something like that, and eventually I got an account flag. I got an email, actually. It wasn't as scary as this time where I didn't even have access to Fiverr until I saw that message. So basically I got this before, but I was in the wrong 100%. I was fake delivering, thought it was I didn't know it was a violation of terms of service because I never read the terms of service. I figured if I'm doing good work, that should all, no, read the terms of service. Now I do it probably once every quarter, something like that. So anyway, I got this message, and I think Fiverr today is probably even more strict and more scary when you get something like this. So needless to say, I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. So I thought about it for a while, and I thought, well, I know I wasn't in the wrong. I didn't abuse the delivery button in any way, shape, or form. But I thought, what have I delivered in the past couple days that may have triggered this? So I have notes here just so I wouldn't forget. So I thought there were 2 orders specifically that I thought, well, maybe this is the case. The first one was I did a gig. It was a video marketing consultation gig. So there was no deliverable. There was no video that I had to send because I'm a spokesperson on Fiverr. Should have led with that, so you know what I'm talking about. But so I create videos for clients. This one was a consultation gig, which is basically just a Zoom call kind of thing for the person, for the buyer to ask me questions. So there was no real deliverable. When I delivered, I just put a picture. It was like I created something in Canva that said, thank you, blah, 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 blah. So I uploaded that, delivered it. And that was number one. Maybe that was the case. Then the other case was a buyer bought something. A buyer bought a video, but also wanted, I think, a couple extras. I think it was $50 worth of extras. So they bought it. Let's say the video was $100. And then in the video, it's in the description of what they wanted. They said, oh, can you also add these things? And so I went ahead and I replied and said, yeah, I'd be happy to do it, but it costs $50 extra. Please accept this offer and I'll get to work. And this is a 2-day delivery, 2-day rush delivery. So I didn't have a lot of time. I sent that over, never heard back from the buyer. They never agreed to the $50. I had to get this delivered ASAP. So what I did was I did the video as the buyer wanted. So it included the $50 extra. But what I did was, because they didn't pay for it, I put a watermark over it. It said, basically, it was in big letters, it said Fiverr. And I put that over the video and said, you ask for these extras. Once you once you pay for the $50, I'll send this right away without the watermark. Hindsight being 2020, I probably shouldn't do that. I'll tell you how I should have dealt with that in a second. But I thought maybe that was the issue. Nope, that wasn't the issue either. In fact, that one I probably could have been like, I don't agree with it, but I can see why Fiverr would give me a violation. Okay, so anyway, what actually happened was this. There was a buyer who purchased my video spokesperson gig. And in the script, they had literally for every single sentence or 2 sentences, they had an acting request. Like, after you're, during this sentence, make sure you look surprised. In this sentence, sound like you're doing X, Y, and Z, and all these other kinds of crazy things. As a spokesperson, I'm not an actor, so I can't do that. It's just, I deliver in my own cadence, I deliver in my own pace, my own style, and I even have that in my gig, that I don't deviate from it. That's how I naturally present. So, and this is a 2-day rush order, so not a lot of time. I got the order, replied back to the buyer and said, hi, I saw that you had these instructions. Unfortunately, I can't follow them because I'm a spokesperson. I'm not an actor. If you want to cancel, if you're expecting me to deliver as you wanted, we probably should just cancel because I can't do this. And then I said, take a look at my past work. If you like my presentation style, you'll like your video. Something along those lines. A day went by. So a 2-day delivery, 2-day rush. He replied a day later. So I have 1 day left to deliver this. And he said, that's fine, but follow the instructions. And I thought, wait a minute. You can't just say that's fine and follow the instructions, because I just said I can't do it, but now you're telling me to follow the instructions. So anyway, I replied back and said, something similar to I said before. As I mentioned, I'm not an actor. I'm a spokesperson, blah, blah, blah. So whatever. And then so I replied back, never got a reply back. I recorded the video in my own style, went ahead, delivered it. The person, I never heard from the person again. The next morning, I woke up with an account violation, like I talked about. What happened was this person, this buyer, contacted customer service, said they did not like the deliverable because I didn't follow the instructions. So the Fiverr person, the Fiverr tech support person or support person canceled the order and gave the money back, which is fine. If the client's not going to be happy with it, I don't want their money. I mean, every customer I have, I want to make sure that they enjoy, they really like the video. And if they're disappointed, I don't want to take their money. So totally get it. Totally get it. However, the Fiverr support person decided on his or her own accord to flag me with a violation because the customer wasn't happy. And I thought to myself, this could happen to anybody. If there's just one tech support person who decides on a whim that I'm going to strike you with an account violation because the customer wasn't happy with a deliverable. So after all of that, and the only reason why I know any of this is because I'm part of Fiverr's success program, and I spoke with my success manager and she told me everything that happened. So that's basically what happened. I got an account violation because the customer, oh, and back up a little bit, the customer service person, the tech support person or help person at Fiverr, only thing they had to do was look back at our communication. Just look at the communication. And 3 times I told the person, I can't do this because I'm not an actor. I'm a spokesperson. I even said, if you want me to follow the instructions and that's a requirement, we should cancel. But no, the Fiverr person, the support person, I guess, didn't read those emails or didn't care and decided to slap me with an account violation. That said, again, it can happen to anybody. I contacted my success manager. She looked into it and she fixed the problem. She put in a request saying, she basically was on my side, or at least she, went to the powers that be with my argument, and it was taken off. So I'm good now. I don't have any strikes against me, which is fantastic. But it begs the question, how can you avoid getting a scary account violation on Fiverr? Now, for the one I did, for the way that I got my account violation, there's nothing I could have done about it. I mean, in terms of there's nothing I could have done to prevent that. My success manager said what I could have done was I could have extended the time frame, extended out 5 days. And then if the buyer never got back in touch with me, and it went late, I could always contact her and then she could cancel the order, what have you. So she was basically, next time this happens, if it ever does happen again, where you get an instruction that you can't do or whatever, just try to extend the delivery date until the buyer comes back and says, oh yeah, that's fine. Record in your own style or whatever the case may be. And then deliver if the buyer says it's okay to deliver, or cancel if the buyer wants to cancel. And then she's like, contact me and I'll make sure that the cancel or the late delivery or what have you doesn't hurt your metrics. I was like, okay, great. That's fine. Thank you so much. So the first thing I want to say is, more importantly, after my story, is how do you prevent it from happening to you? So number one is, I would say follow Fiverr's terms of service. That's number one. Read, if you've never read them, go read them now. Take the time, get it a highlighter, mark it, mark it up. Because the last thing you want to do is be in violation and not even know you're in violation. So that's number one. Number two is to make sure that any of these little deliverable things, so whether you do graphic design, you do video, article writing, programming, coding, whatever it might be, make sure that you protect yourself in the way that my success manager said to protect me. So if by chance there is a buyer who asks for something that's outside of what you do, or wants extras that haven't paid for yet, or whatever the case may be, the best thing to do is to extend the delivery time or ask the buyer to cancel. And if the buyer doesn't respond to the cancel, or the delivery time, then you can contact customer service and see if they can remove that from your metrics, so to speak. So the idea here is to only deliver what you know you can deliver great quality, and then if it goes south and it wasn't your fault, then try to get customer support to be on your side so they remove any negative metrics. The next thing, because you may say, well, I've had my run-in with customer support and they're not really that helpful, or that happened to me and they refuse to remove the bad metric or what have you, which comes to my third point, and probably the most important point of today, is get into the Fiverr Success Program. As a seller, I can't tell you how amazing the Seller Success Program is. Even they have a lot of benefits, but just the fact that I have a success manager, her name is Stephanie, she's awesome, who is on my side when I'm not in the wrong. Obviously, if I violated Fiverr's terms, she's going to be like, Ron, that's too bad, you violated their terms. But she's helped me so many times with these kinds of issues that even if they didn't give you all those other perks, the Seller Success Program, the price of admission is 100% worth it based on just that. So, I don't know why I have that. There we go. So that's it. So one is, make sure you follow Fiverr's terms and you read the terms and community standards. I'd say at least once a quarter. That's probably what you should do. Number two, make sure that you take my success manager's advice. And if you deliver something, make sure you're delivering what you say you're going to deliver. Make sure that if you can't do something that the buyer wants, or they didn't pay for the extras, either you cancel it or you extend the delivery time or whatever it might be. And if you're not in the Seller Success Program, see if customer support can help you along the way. And number three, get into the Fiverr Success Program. You get access to analytics and metrics and all these great things, as well as you have an awesome success manager who has been great. I've had two, both of them have been phenomenal human beings. And as long as you don't, mess around with Fiverr's terms of service, they got your back. So that's all I got for you now. It's about 17 minutes in. No one's watching this live. I don't know if anyone popped in or out because I haven't really been paying attention to that, but this live stream went so much better than the other two. So third time is a charm, at least for now, because I'm going to go and look at the footage to see if it actually looks there. Let me try that. See, that's the problem with live, is the fact that I get myself tongue-tied. Let me look at the footage, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the audio works, the camera works, that kind of thing. Hopefully, I kind of worried during the middle of this one if I set the focus correctly. So if by chance the focus is off slightly, I apologize. I'll get better as I keep doing it. So last thing I'll say is I'm going to try to do these once a week. So today I decided to live stream instead of uploading a video. But I'm going to try to live stream once a week. I thought just on random topics, maybe it's stuff that I'm going through on Fiverr. Maybe it's just, just random topics. Or maybe what I do is I pick some random Fiverr sellers and I go through their gigs and I look at them and suggest ways on how to improve it. So that you can kind of take my advice based on the advice I gave them and then use that for your own gig. So that's what I'm looking at. I have some cool videos coming up. One I think will be interesting because I might get some hate for it, but basically it's about artificial intelligence and how to make money using artificial intelligence on Fiverr. It's a probably not a popular opinion, but it kind of is a rant, not a popular opinion, but I end with some positivity. So anyway, that should be coming out next Monday. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this turned out great. And there actually is one person here. One person is live. So whoever you are, now there could have been other people bouncing in and out, but there's one person just bounced. Oh, well. Anyway, I was hoping they would say something. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have for today. Have a great day and keep selling on Fiverr.